This is System 2, Week 10, and we're going to be in the arpeggios, and now we're really cooking along. So everything's starting to connect together. One note, these exercises are 5-minute exercises, but if you practice them, if you loop it a couple of times and you would practice it 2 or 3 times, you're just going to get all the better at these. So, if you're still struggling and you're like, oh, I can't quite, get all these, you may need to just up your time on this a little bit, and I'd encourage you to do that. Some of this stuff, incidentally, because it's still in exercise land, we're not really quite yet in real music land. You can, put on something on TV or whatever and, stream something and practice this stuff over. That way you could practice for a couple of hours. It won't even feel like a couple of hours, but something will be happening in your hands and your ears. Obviously, there are times where you want to practice just focused, intense, high-level practice where you're really in it, all in it, especially if you're like improvising. That's what you want your head to be totally in it. But if you're doing exercises, stream something and watch it. It'll help you to be able to play for a long period of time. All right, so let me walk through what we're going to do. We're going to be in the key of E flat. We're going to start on the C form of the E flat. Then we're going to go down to the C minor. We said that E flat and the relative minor, C minor, is the exact same thing. So we're just going to use this E flat arpeggio over top of the C minor chord, and it'll work great. Then we're going to go to the 4/5, so A flat in the E form. Then we're going to go up to B flat. That's going to be our position switch. Okay, so now we're here, and I'm going to go to the E flat, then the nearest E flat, which is going to be my A form. I'm going to use that for the E flat and the C minor. Then I'm going to go to the A flat chord, and I'm going to be in the D form. Take me into the B and the D form, which is going to put me then on the E flat and C. I'm going to be in the G form, A flat in the C form, B flat in the C form. That's going to take me into the E form of the E flat and the C minor. A flat is going to be the A form, B flat. And that's going to take me into the D form of this E flat in the C minor, A flat in the G form, B flat. Okay, now we're going to switch, and this is going to be a little bit different than what we did last week. So up to this point, it's basically been identical to what we practiced last week. So now we're going to go into the C form. Same thing, but I'm going to reverse the how the 4 and 5 chord go. I'm going to go to the 5 chord first, and then I'm going to go to the 4 chord. So in this case, I'm going to do the exact same thing. I'm going to be in the G form, then I'm going to be in the G form, and that puts me into the next E flat, which is my D form. That's going to take me into the B flat in the A form. Down a whole step, and that's going to put me in the E flat in the E form, the E flat and C minor, B flat, C form, A flat, C form, and that puts me into the G form of the E flat and C minor. That's going to take me into the D form of the B chord, D form of the A flat chord. And that takes me into the A form. These are hard to say sometimes. A form of the E flat and the C minor. This must be hard to listen to also, but if you look at the charts, you'll see exactly what I'm doing here. But it should make sense. I'm just reversing the order so that I can shift down instead of shifting up. So E flat in the A form, and then I'm going to go B flat, A flat. And that'll take me back into the C minor. Hopefully, pause the video or whatever, write stuff down if you need to, but it's all should be in the description of the video here. So that'll be the A flat arpeggio. Let me, I guess I sort of need to do the whole thing. You can skip this if it's too boring, but so I'm still in the E flat, A flat, E form, up a whole step, B flat, A form, A flat, B flat, that's D form, E form, or G form, C form, E form. And if you can, try to not start always on the root notes. So even if you like leave off something and you end on the same string, like that, it'll help your head to see those transitions because you'll see the whole dot pattern rather than just from the root position. G form. G form. Okay, so I think you get the idea. I'm just reversing the 4 to 5 or 5 to 4 for the two different sets of these. You'll take it all the way back down in the C form and then you'll loop that. All right, so it's your turn to try.